The one rule: don't wake the humans. Now the stars themselves tremble. Every species in the galaxy knew the rule. Every cadet was taught it before they were even allowed near a human vessel. Every general drilled it into their troops. Never wake the humans. It wasn't superstition. It was survival. Humans, though new to the interstellar stage, had already earned a reputation as deathworlders, creatures evolved on a planet that tried daily to kill them. They were unpredictable, resilient, and, worst of all, violent when provoked. But nothing displayed their true nature quite like what happened aboard the stellar Sanctuary. The Sanctuary. The Sanctuary was a massive Ark-ship, carrying hundreds of alien refugees fleeing the border wars. Its greatest protection wasn't its shields, its engines, or its crew. It was the humans in cryosleep. 200 of them, packed into cold capsules deep in the ship's belly. They had volunteered as guardians. Sleep until needed. Wake only in the direst of emergencies. The alien crew treated them like a loaded railgun, powerful, terrifying, and best left untouched. There was only one rule: don't wake the humans. The mistake. For weeks, the journey was uneventful. The crew relaxed. The refugees sang songs of home. And the rule became background noise. Until the pirates came. 3 ships dropped from FTL, weapons hot, engines burning bright. Raiders from the Edge Systems, Skarn, known for brutality and conquest. The Sanctuary's captain, a dignified avian named Cal Ren, tried to maneuver. But the pirates had them surrounded. Shields faltered under the first volley. Panic spread through the refugee decks. Someone whispered the unthinkable. Wake the humans. Cal Ren's feathers flared in alarm. No. That is the one rule. We will find another way. But the pirates weren't offering choices. They boarded. The awakening. It started by accident. A pirate squad stormed the cryo deck, curious about the sealed chambers. They pried one open, expecting treasure or weapons. Instead, they found a sleeping human. The pirates laughed. This is the fearsome species. Fragile prey. One slapped the glass casing, hard. The human's eyes snapped open. The pirate sneered, then froze. Those eyes weren't dazed from sleep. They were sharp, focused, cold. With terrifying calm, the human pressed a release. The chamber hissed open. The figure stepped out, muscles coiled, gaze locked. Who, the human asked quietly, woke me? The pirates didn't answer. They ran. But it was already too late. The first casualties. Sergeant Dana Voss had been asleep for 72 years. She had expected to wake in battle, maybe never wake at all. She hadn't expected raiders with sloppy weapons and no discipline. She smiled grimly. All right then. The first pirate never made it to the door. She grabbed him by the throat, slammed him into the wall, and took his rifle before he hit the ground. The others fired wildly, but she moved through them like a storm, every shot precise, every motion efficient. When the alien crew arrived, hearts pounding, they found the deck painted in silence. Dana stood amidst fallen bodies, weapon in hand. She didn't speak at first. She just looked at them, gaze heavy enough to make even allies flinch. Finally, she said, "Wake the others." Cal Ren hesitated. The rule. Dana leveled her rifle toward the door. You broke the rule the second you let them touch us. The storm. One by one, the capsules hissed open. 200 humans stirred, stretched, and stepped into chaos. The refugees watched in awe and fear as their guardians prepared. They didn't scream. They didn't panic. They checked gear, scavenged weapons, tied bandages, and moved with the discipline of predators long restrained. Then they went to war. The Skarn pirates had expected easy prey. Instead, they were hunted. Humans fought with terrifying creativity, using debris as traps, ducting as ambush routes, and even their own wounded as bait to lure enemies into crossfire. They didn't just fight to repel the invaders. They fought to end them. One alien medic whispered, trembling, they're enjoying it. Alien eyes. To the alien crew, it was madness. A group of humans cornered a squad of pirates in the mess hall. Instead of blasting through the door, they laughed, kicked it open, and charged in hand-to-hand, fists and knives against claws and plasma rifles. They came out bruised, bleeding, and grinning. Another squad deliberately let themselves be chased down a corridor, only to vent the atmosphere mid-run, clinging to the walls with magnetic boots while the pirates were sucked into space. The humans high-fived each other after, like it was a game. Insane, whispered Cal Ren, feathers trembling. They are absolutely insane. But the refugees. They began to cheer. For the first time, they felt safe. The end of the pirates. By dawn cycle, the Skarn ships were drifting hulks. The surviving raiders fled, broadcasting frantic warnings across the sector. Do not engage. They woke the humans. Run. Inside the sanctuary, silence returned. Broken only by human laughter, ragged and victorious. Dana stood before the captain, blood streaked across her arms. You did the right thing. You woke us. Cal Ren shook his head. We doomed ourselves. No species should fight like this. You are monsters. Dana's smile faded. She looked at the refugees, their wide eyes, their hopeful faces. Then she looked back at the captain. No. We're the monsters you keep in the dark. So when the real monsters come knocking, you have a chance to live. The rule, rewritten. The sanctuary limped into safe harbor weeks later, scarred but alive. Refugees spread the story. They told of how the pirates came like wolves, how the humans woke like lions, and how the stars themselves seemed to tremble when they fought. The old saying, "Don't wake the humans," changed meaning. It was no longer a warning. It was a promise. Epilogue. Years later, in quiet corners of the galaxy, smugglers and warlords still whisper about the sanctuary. About the Skarn fleet that vanished in a single night. About the laughter of blooded humans fighting with broken bottles and bare hands. About the rule that no one dares forget. Don't wake the humans. Because if you do, you won't live long enough to regret it.